There's history enough of the lords and masters, with their doings and comings and goings. But what about the ordinary people, the sort I come from? Nobody talks about them. I mean, there may be history of how people lived in the old days, statistics of births, marriages and deaths, and what have you. But you don't find out about the life of an ordinary Joe, a particular ordinary Joe, like you do about the Earl of something or Lord somebody else. It's not the same. But what do I care about the doings of earls and lords when I'm not one myself? Never have been and never will be. I want to know about my own people, the people I come from, the people that had to be there for me to be here now. My father talks about the people before him groping towards the light, meaning that when they started out they might have been poor, but they had the wish in them, sort of an instinct, for a better kind of life. Was it more money and good houses to live in? BJ, maybe it was. But for them that had nothing at all at the things of this world, them's the things they have to think about getting first. It goes on then to becoming respectable, to living in good neighbourhoods and not letting your children play with them of the poorer sort, because now they're not good enough, and sending your grandsons to the Jesuits. When the Jesuits get their hands on them, they'll lose their latitudes entirely. But I'm telling you, whether it's money and houses or Jesuit learning you're after, it's all groping towards the light, as Meowfla says. That's what makes me just like them before me, what with all me Jesuit learning. I'm groping towards the light, just like they were. The generations come and go, and no man's life seems to last long enough to reach that light he's struggling towards. But maybe them that come after will get a bit further on. Did the lords and masters worry about that? But I'll tell you something. There's ups and downs. Lords turn to commons, and commoners to lords. Them that became lords might have been foot soldiers once. And my people were once bards to a princely house. Bards! How do you like that? Them bards were princes of a sort themselves, princes of learning, though their learning was of a different sort and in a different language. And what would they think of Dubliners? Men of Dublin were just English riff-raff. What would they have thought of me, their descendant, bearing the clan name and living in Dublin and speaking Dublin's language? But don't be too hard on me, lads, says I, because I'm trying to be my own bard. I'm not joking, yous. Dublin people need bards as well, to tell them their story in their own bloody language.